From Jonathan and from me, welcome to a new week. This is Anglia Tonight.
First tonight, a dad's desperate plea for help to stop his son using the legal party drug Methadrone.
Stephen Welch, who's from Great Sampford near Saffron Walden in Essex, says he's been forced to speak out because his son isn't getting the help he needs and he fears the drug could kill him.
Well, tonight, his son's also talked of his battle with Methadrone, a substance that was virtually unheard of a year ago, but is now fast becoming the drug of choice for many young people. Hannah Pettifer has our report this evening.
It's the drug of choice for many young people. Methadrone, the legal high, described as a cross between amphetamines and ecstasy.
It's very difficult to, describe it in a couple of words, but you have this huge emotional high, whereas actually at the time that's very difficult to cope with as well, because it makes you be very emotional and but then suddenly you have this crash, come down low, and you can feel low for a week, 2 weeks.
This 19-year-old started taking Methadrone 3 months ago. In just that short amount of time, it's taken its hold on both him and his family.
It's affected him physically, first of all, in that he's lost an awful lot of weight. He was, before he started taking it, he was doing a gamekeeping course at college. He's had to give that up. He just can't cope with that. Everything in life seems to have collapsed for him. He has no interest. He doesn't really want to go out very much. He really is. His whole life has changed completely.
The family have tried to get help for their son, but say they're struggling because it's a relatively unknown substance. Last week, the drug hit the headlines after 2 teenagers from Scunthorpe died after taking a mix of alcohol, Methadrone and the heroin substitute Methadone. So what is Methadrone? It's a powerful stimulant, usually a white or off-white powder, and has a similar effect to ecstasy. Users say they feel more alert, confident and talkative. Side effects include headaches, palpitations, nausea and nosebleeds. It's also known as meow meow, meth, MCAT, drone and bubbles. Or who takes it? Or clubbers mostly, but because it's so cheap, school children are also said to be abusing the drug.
As of April this year, we will be collecting more information about drugs that people are using and should be able to provide information and direct our services specifically to those issues.
It doesn't seem to be that hard to get hold of Methadrone on the internet. Within just a few clicks, I've come across this website, a company based in Cambridge, where they're offering 1 gram of Methadrone for just £15.
Because it's so cheap, someone will always have it. I could go out all nights for never have to spend any money, but someone will always have the drug, and that's the biggest problem.
It is the thought that suddenly your son may no longer be with you through taking some powder that has possibly cost him 80p. And yes, it is. It is a devastating thought.
There have been widespread calls for Methadrone to be banned. 1 week from now, drugs advisors will deliver a report to the government. It will then take action on whether this legal high will be made illegal. Hannah Pettifer, Anglia News, Great Sampford.
And if you're worried about Methadrone, you can contact your local drugs or alcohol team, and you can find links to organisations that can help on our website.
Now, moving on, the Soham murderer Ian Huntley is back in prison tonight after an attack by a fellow prisoner left him needing hospital treatment.
The 36-year-old's throat was reportedly slashed with a weapon made from a razor blade and 2 plastic knives. It happened yesterday in Franklin Prison in County Durham, where Huntley is serving 2 life sentences for murdering schoolgirls Holly Wells and Jessica Chapman. Neil Bradford reports from Soham.
This town has not recovered from the horror of 7 years ago. It probably never will. The front pages of today's newspapers do nothing to heal old wounds. To say Ian Huntley is despised here is perhaps an understatement. There is little surprise or sympathy to the news that he's again been attacked in prison.
He's been attacked 2 or 3 times. I haven't got a problem with that. He deserves what he gets, as far as I'm concerned.
It's a shame they didn't finish him off, really. Yeah.
There's a lot nicer things about Soham to remember than Ian Huntley, that's for sure.
I'd give whoever did it a pat on the back.
Ian Huntley was given 2 life sentences in December 2003 for murdering 10-year-olds Holly Wells and Jessica Chapman the previous August. It's being reported he was attacked by another inmate at Franklin Prison in County Durham yesterday afternoon. It's thought his throat was cut with a makeshift knife. His injuries were said to be non-life-threatening. Prison officers there say safety needs to be addressed.
We must attempt, by searching, to get rid of these weapons. What we're seeing currently is there seems to be an attitude of let's wait, let's wait. What we're seeing is let's get searching, let's get the safety of staff. The safety of staff will bring the safety of inmates.
It's not the first time Huntley's been attacked in jail. 5 years ago, he had boiling water thrown on him while he was on the healthcare wing at Wakefield Prison. He's also tried to commit suicide on 3 different occasions.
The views of people here may sound extreme, but they reflect the views of a community unable to forget and perhaps never able to forgive. Neil Bradford, Anglia News, Soham in Cambridgeshire.
The embattled Luton South MP, Margaret Moran, is back in the headlines today for all the wrong reasons. It's claimed she was caught on film offering to use her political influence to help a lobby company get legislation changed to its advantage.
In reality, the company was an undercover team from a newspaper and Channel 4's Dispatches show. Ms Moran announced she would stand down at the coming election after being forced to pay back thousands of pounds following the expenses scandal. Our political correspondent Matthew Hudson sent us this report.
Margaret Moran appears to have been one of around 20 MPs who were approached by undercover reporters from the Dispatches television programme and the Sunday Times, posing as members of an American lobby group looking to get influence over here. Now, during a meeting that was secretly filmed, she seems to have told them that she was in a position to use her influence to get the meetings with senior ministers and with senior civil servants to help them in what they wanted to do, that she was very much part of a girls' gang at Westminster, which included very senior figures such as Harriet Harman and Caroline Flint, and that she would be in a position to start work with them within the next couple of weeks, even though she is, of course, still an MP.
And in terms of how quickly you'd be able to start, I think the guys in America want things to get going quite quickly.
Yeah, I'm free now.
Now, how has this gone down on the streets of Luton, in a constituency of Luton South? Well, we went to find out.
I grew up in Luton, and I think it's really sad that she's not really a true leader.
I think it's terrible, you know. If it was anybody else, they'd be banged to rights with it, you know. But, you know, because it's her, she can do what she wants, virtually.
What I think about any MP, it's a job, it's a business. Basically, that's it.
Now, Margaret Moran was, of course, one of the MPs very much caught up in last year's expenses scandal when it emerged that she had claimed over £20,000 for dry rot treatment to a house in Southampton, a long way from her constituency and a long way from Westminster. Since then, to be honest, she's very much gone to ground. She said she's been suffering from ill health. We haven't been able to contact her for getting on for a year now. However, on Friday, she did put out a statement about what appeared in yesterday's Sunday Times. She said that this had simply been a very preliminary meeting, that she wasn't offering to work for them there and then, and that it was for her a tentative first step towards getting her life back on track. She has, of course, already announced that she won't be standing at the coming general election.
Matthew Hudson there.